What's going on, y'all? Welcome back to another episode of Speaks and Sip Top Notch. This episode today, we bring it to you guys. It's all about purpose, innovation, and betting on yourself, like quite literally. All right. I got Kev O in the building with me. I'm gonna give y'all insight on a banter after. We're gonna add that in there.
You don't have to. Kevin is stupid. That's the
But today's special guest, brother Hayes, what's going on, man? How are we?
Hey, man, I'm feeling great. I'm happy to be here.
Likewise, I'm happy. Yes.
Absolutely.
So, question for you. Let's just get right into it.
Sure.
Let's give a breakdown of what exactly is this GainsApp that you've curated and that's coming up.
Yeah, sure. So GainsApp, look at it, it's really a marketplace for competitive fitness.
Okay.
You have three types of users on the platform. You have a creator who's also the judge. You have competitors and you have spectators who watch and place wagers.
Mm-hmm.
And so the way it works is you have a creator who creates a challenge, kind of like what you guys had going on just now.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah.
So you're going to say, all right, this is what the challenge is. You create it and you post it.
Mm-hmm.
And you set an entry fee. Whatever you want anyone to pay to get into, because you got to put your money where your mouth is.
Right.
Mm-hmm. So, you set the entry fee. So if the entry fee is $10, $20, whatever it is, anyone that wants to compete has to pay that entry fee. The money goes in the pot, right? The money goes in the pot, right? So now the competitors come in. Say, I want to get into this competition, and there's no limit to how many people could participate, right? Pot just keeps building, right? So they pay the entry fee, they get in, they compete. As soon as that event is over, that money's going to go to the winner, right? Now,
Me.
Yeah, that money's going to go to the winner. Now, whoever's watching and supporting you, they can place their wagers and they bets like, all right, I'm putting 20 on him. But you're not betting on a house. Like how FanDuel and other platforms you bet on.
Yes.
Here's peer-to-peer. So it's like, I'm betting with her, I'm betting with you, right?
Yeah, okay.
And you can do that with multiple people, right? So it's peer-to-peer, and that's really how it works. So once that event is over, a winner is determined. Your bet, you winner wins, that's your money. The person that created the event takes 15% of whatever is in that pot.
Okay.
So everyone gets
Everybody gets paid. That's dope.
So now just imagine as a creator, you can just sit back and create all these different events and just sit back and just let people compete.
Right.
Come back and judge 15%, judge 15 all day. You just, earning your income, so that's really what it is. And the way I built it, I can
Absolutely. Go ahead. Yes.
So the way I built it is we don't have a limit to how many participants can come in the event, right? So if 1,000 people, 1,000,000 people get into that event, they could enter that event. What happens is we have an algorithm that's going to roll everyone into groups of 6. So as signups come in, the first 6, that's a group. Next 6, that's a group. That's a group. So now you as a creator that created that event, each group has its own pot, right? So whatever the total amount is divided into each group, right? So now you're going to have a winner from every group, and that's 15% for you who created it from each group as well.
Okay.
So that's really ultimately how it works.
So how many people if I'm a spectator, how many people can I bet with or against?
You can bet on one person in each group.
Okay.
So an event starts at 4 p.m. 1,000 people just jumped in, right?
It can be however many.
So right? Yeah. So you can bet on one person in every group.
But I'm betting against another spectator.
Right. So let's say
how many other spectators can I bet against?
It's
unlimited.
Unlimited. Okay.
Unlimited.
Yeah.
And on the app, right, which I'll show you guys the app, the platform. You have a section where you can keep and monitor your bets. So it's like your bet history.
Yeah.
So now in real time, you can see everybody that is going to be paying you once your person come out on top.
Right.
So you can monitor all your bets, active bets, history of betting. You see it right there.
That's dope.
Yeah. So how much money is owed to you as soon as that event is over.
So when you say bet, you could bet just money wise, but can you bet? Let's say if somebody has crypto or something like that, could they also bet?
That's a very good question. I do have an infrastructure already built.
Right.
Okay.
So we did build our own blockchain infrastructure because I was having a difficult time with payment processing initially. So the way it works here is that payment processors have to make sure that you're compliant before they can start processing payments. So on a platform like this, you can't go to like a Stripe, a Square.
Right,
you can't,
right,
you know what I'm saying? You have to go to like WorldPay, Nuvei, platforms like that. Stripes will shut you right down. You can't use them. So before you can get payment processing, you have to get what's called a legal opinion. So you have to have an attorney. The attorney has to go to every state to say that you're compliant. And each state is like 10,000 just to get that right. So they give you that. It's a process. So they give you that legal opinion. Now you have the legal opinion. You have to run back to the payment processor and the banks and say, hey, listen, I'm compliant.
Right.
Then they got to make sure you have a compliant officer, chief compliant officer, to make sure that they're going to enforce the compliance.
The compliance.
Yeah, right.
Well, is that because it's betting or it's just payment in general?
It's betting primarily.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. So it's betting. So now I had paused the betting, and that's when I had built, because I was going through a hard time with this. So I said, you know what, let me just go ahead and circumvent this and built this blockchain. And at that time, like the whole NFT things was just like on fire. It was like just everything. And I do have a respect for technology and the blockchain. It's a great platform. So we built something on Ethereum, and we built the blockchain infrastructure because I wanted each athlete to get tokenized.
Talking that shit, man.
You understand?
I think you need to say that one more time.
Yeah, that's different.
Yes.
So the framework that we built was, let's say you're an athlete and you're on a platform. So this is already built. It's there. But I have to roll it out. I have to spoon feed the public, not too fast. So if you're an athlete and you're on a platform, we tokenize you.
Right.
And now you can issue fractional shares to people who want to support you.
So I got my own NFT.
You got your own NFT. You are the NFT.
You are.
So now,
that's crazy.
So now I buy your token, and every time you win, I get a piece of that. You understand what I'm saying?
You getting paid twice.
You get paid twice.
You are the investment.
You are the exactly. So it's just like Wall Street. So that's
I gotta get more tea.
Yeah. So you are the investment exactly. So and the thing is, when you issue those tokens, the only thing is you have to, whatever amount you want to issue, you have to you can't really reissue more,
right?
Because then it's set. Why is that? Because there's a thing called dilution. And I'll explain if anyone is not familiar with it. So let's say right now we got a pie, and it's 4 of us right here. You got 25%, 25%, 25%, 25%. We're even, right? You go 25%, it's 1/4, everyone. If I issue more shares, you no longer have 25% of the new amount.
That changes,
right? Because that's now you're diluted.
Right.
You understand what I'm saying? So that 25% is only 25 based on 100.
Right.
If I issue 50 more, it's no longer 25%. So that's why on the platform, once you issue the tokens, you're locked in, because other people who bought your tokens are going to get diluted. They're no longer going to get the 10%.
Right.
You understand that they own based on the token that you issued.
So you got to pick somebody else then.
You say you got to pick some? No, you don't. No, you don't have to pick anybody else. You can basically, you can buy some of them back. They could trade too. So it's like, he's been losing all month, man. I'm not holding his token anymore.
Yeah.
He's been losing them. You know what I'm saying? So you can choose to buy them back, or you can, or they can hold them. But they won't sell them because they know if you're winning, you understand what I'm saying? Oh, by the way, the tokens will have appreciation too.
Right.
Okay.
You understand what I'm saying?
Like the interest.
Yeah. So it can appreciate in value.
Yeah.
That's dope.
Yeah, so
even if you're losing,
even if you're losing, so I'm just gonna hold on to this.
It might do something.
Yeah. So that right there, we had paused it. It is built, but I paused it on this first version. I'm not gonna roll out with it.
Okay.
However, this administration right now is in favor of crypto. So before, the previous administration was not in favor of crypto. It was shutting everything down.
Right.
The head of the SEC at the time was Gary Gensler, and he was just shutting everybody down. It was very, what I'm saying? It was difficult for you to operate and issue tokens and things like that. But now it's favorable. So version 1, we're not going to launch that. We're going to get the people on the platform. We're going to get the competitors competing, earning. Yeah. We're going to get the creators judging and creating events. Get the people on the platform. Yeah. And then we're going to, introduce new features one at a time. When Instagram first came out, they didn't have everything. Remember, it was 15 seconds. Yeah. So we can update anything in real time, but let's just get the people on, get them comfortable. Even the streaming
aspect changed.
Even that changed. Yeah. So all those things. But no, it's great, and you can stop me at any point because I can go on and on.
So this is great.
Yeah.
My question,
super interesting.
My question to you is, we'll start with just to backtrack.
Sure.
You broke all of this shit down, right?
Yeah.
What made you even start thinking about this?
Hey, that's a good question. So I'll give you a quick background. So originally, I'm from Uganda, East Africa.
Okay.
I came here, and I moved to Poughkeepsie, New York, Dutchess County.
Okay.
So that's where I was. In Dutchess County, I had a gym. I set up a gym and a juice bar. So I had 2 gyms and juice bars there. And so I left there because I got to a point where I reached my ceiling in that area, and I wanted to just basically expand, and I came down to New York City. And I went to Brooklyn. Downtown Brooklyn is where I connected with this developer. He had a building on Albee Square that he was just building, and we cut a deal. Basically, I wanted to come in and set my gym up in this building. And at first, I had one floor, and it was a situation where it was just like, man, how am I going to compete? Chelsea Fitness just opened up a few blocks down the line. Equinox is all throughout.
Yeah.
How am I going to compete? I'm like, well, I'm just going to stick to what I do. I do personal training very well, and it was just something that I'm just going to stick to just what I do. But I didn't want to I read this book by Peter Thiel.
Okay.
It's called 0 to 1. Right? I like that book. And that book basically talks about don't go into certain things thinking competition, go into it to dominate the industry.
Mm-hmm.
So I came into it and I said, I'm not going to think so much about competing, how I'm going to dominate this space. So what I told the developers, like, yo, listen, what I need you to do is you haven't really finished this property, you haven't rent or sold anything out. What's going to happen is they're going to be all rentals. If you're charging $3,000 for 1 bedroom, mark it up to $3,300 so that becomes my fee. They can access the gym. So it was about 150 units in there, 1 bedrooms to 3 bedrooms. I had my membership fees baked into their
The cut.
rent.
The
Yeah.
cut. Mhm.
So I never had to do any marketing, sales, anything like that. It was just straight to the point. And that worked out for me. And then on top of that, I had, but the build out was challenging. I'll tell that story real quick and I'll get to your answer. I'm sorry.
Yeah, no, you're
Long-winded.
good. Yeah.
It's
All this is
long-winded.
good, yeah.
The build out, it was 3 floors. It was about 18,000 square feet.
Okay.
And the build out was about $1 million, $2 million, $3 million. I didn't have it. So this also goes into the mind frame of not stopping when like if you want to get something done, don't put something in it. Just keep moving forward because your mind is going to attract it. Just keep stepping.
Right.
So for me, I said, all right, I don't have it, but that doesn't mean I can't get it done. What I knew is that once he signed the lease with me, and we had a 20-year lease, I knew once he signed that, he can leverage that lease because now that becomes credit for a landlord. And I knew that he used to raise money on the Tel Aviv bond market. So he can take this and leverage it on the Tel Aviv bond market and raise money and say, well, this tenant is here for 20 years. Each year, this is how much this lease is worth. It was worth about like $900K each year. So multiply that times 20. He can leverage that on the Tel Aviv bond market and basically raise the money with it. So I said, all right, well, you know what? This is what we're going to do. I need $1.3 million to build this whole space out. And he backed me. And, this is a really top developer in Brooklyn. I don't think he still is now, but he backed it. And, they did the work and everything like that. But anyway, COVID happened anyway. So this ties into GainsApp.
Okay.
While I was there, I wanted to make sure that I had a tech-forward space. When you walk into the space, as soon as you step in there, IoT is Internet of Things. It's going to track basically everything. So the minute you step in there, we already got your weight, your temperature, we got everything. And
He done did an assessment.
Before as soon as you step in there, the assessment is there.
Yeah, that's crazy.
And it's right in your phone.
Yo.
And everything that you do there, it's going in the cloud. And when you step into your doctor's office, I was going to share this information. You don't necessarily have to now, you know what I'm saying? They can just plug into that, which I was going to charge them a subscription, have access to, so it's a whole other thing. The updated amount. So that stuff is already there. So boom. So on top of that, I wanted when you stepped into that gym, your partner would know, my man just went into the gym right now. And I got locked in, because you,
right.
You know what I'm saying? So now you know.
Okay.
So I'm like, all right, so what happened? Competitive aspect. So I'm like, okay, so now what if you just like fake went in there and you was there for 2 hours, you didn't do anything, and then you left and he's thinking that you're just putting all this work.
Yeah.
On the machines, it's also built on there. So everything is, every rep you do is counting it. It's counting. And then it's all going into this, in the cloud, so in the Bluetooth synced connection. And I was dealing with a company called Techno Gym.
Okay.
But I didn't use any equipment, but I just seen the technology, so I'm about to go do this. COVID happened, we didn't go far with that. So while I was there, I started developing the GainsApp. And I'm like, well, all right, cool. That can't happen there, but at least I can still be able to do something with this where people can compete with other people everywhere. And you know what I'm saying? So I started developing the idea. I'm like, okay, well, now I have the idea. Well, how can I incentivize it? Let's put a reward aspect of it. And all personal trainers and gyms were shut down. I'm like, okay, well, how can they earn? Oh, okay, you can create an event. You can come on there. You know, you can get paid for that. From an athlete, we put up a pot, you know, this and that. And there was a few iterations, you know, that I had to go through before I got to this. You know, I would sketch, you know, I'm sketching, I was sketching and things like trying to figure it out, you know, to make it, you know, where it is now. But that's how the idea came. It started from there. I wanted to make sure that technology is something that I'm into. Yeah. And fitness, obviously. But I know that the world that we're in is, you know, technology. If you can't.
Did you go to school for anything tech?
No.
No? It's just a passion that you have.
It was just it was just something. I mean, it's just instincts, I guess. You know, I mean, before I even knew what coding was or anything like that, I just know that. Like for example, before sharing something on your phone, I mean, I remember years ago, like 2003, I'm sitting there, I'm like, what if I'm watching TV and I can send you what I'm watching so we could watch it together? And this is before anything, but I didn't know that, you know, coding. Years later, it was like, oh, that's share. You can share something.
Very simple.
Very simple. Share something. You know, things like that, you know. But also the community aspect, because for GainsApp, it was just, when COVID came, I'm seeing a decline. I'm seeing people taking a hit and everyone is just like everywhere. But also it brought Zoom companies like Zoom. They just went
to the top.
Went to the top. So I'm like, okay, well, people really don't mind doing this. But at the same time, let's build something that can keep the community engaged. And then reward them at the same time, because this is something that I'm going to scale in like many different layers. The first version is just like one layer. You know, we mentioned the whole marketplace with the tokens is like another layer, you know, and then there's like a streaming section over TV. So if you guys wanted to shoot a show, something like that, it can be streamed right on there. You know, you can see right onto the platform. And so, you know, but the servers cost quite a bit for you to
exactly.
Then you gotta pay,
That's
so
a whole separate thing.
That's a whole separate thing.
The connection is good.
That's a whole separate thing. Hopefully I answered your question though.
Yeah, no, that does. That gives a background as to kind of where we are now when it comes to the GainsApp.
Yeah.
So now, okay, you spoke on like community, for example, right?
Yeah.
When it came to community, like how much does that truly mean to you outside of the app itself, like just yourself?
Nah, it's everything, you know. And even for me, like I come from that. You know, if I moved into one area, the first thing I'm gonna do is I'm gonna tap into a community. I want to elevate it, right? So even in business, like I was saying, when I come into a space, there's 3 layers that I tackle, like community, other businesses, and municipalities. I like to plug into all of those things so that I can make sure that I'm there. But as far as the fitness community itself, if you look at the history of it, it hasn't grown much in terms of, right? You have your 70s with Arnold, Lou Ferrigno and all of them. You have your 80s, you know, Suzanne Summers and them, you know, 90s, Billy Blanks, this and that.
And then it kind of stopped.
And it just stopped.
I agree.
Yeah. And then
Sean T.
Yeah. Right. And then you got Beachbody. They came through to hit you with Sean T, P90X. You know what I'm saying?
That was the end of it.
And that was the end of it. And it just stopped. We haven't seen much innovation outside of like wearables. You know, I'm going to track your heart rate. I'm going to track this. That was like the extent of it. You know,
I think at that point the companies attempted to try to take over. Because now you have, look at like how you have F45, and certain types of circuit training style, the boot camp stuff that they give. Right. So yeah, they attempted to kind of bring that back. Without quite mimicking. Those videos. Videos. Yeah.
No, definitely. But but community is major, and this is something. It's community based. You know, it's community. It's a social fitness community. And, you know, it's something that everyone could really exist in, and it's not limited to just the U.S. There are certain territories that we can't get into just yet, but it's still worldwide. You know, I can't go in Iran now and just let them get on the platform, and it's
you might not want to.
It's wicked.
But that would be great. You know what I'm saying? I feel like, and you know what? Like even so. Kevin and I actually went to shout out to Healthy and we went to the competition and we actually saw like everything in play and just seeing how the aspect works and whatnot, like so you can see what is to come in a sense, because you have athletes from all over, so maybe not just necessarily the calisthenics stuff, but you're gonna have like, look, you kind of put yourself not even in competition with others, but you put yourself in a position to really like be like, yeah, everybody can like, I can mess with everybody. Like I can.
That's what, because we're a platform.
You get what I'm saying?
Yeah, we're a platform.
So look at how you have like the people that do like the Spartan Challenge, the CrossFits, the Hyrix,
all of
you know. So now all of those people technically have a lane to compete and show something as, you know.
And all those people would be able to set up an organization on GainsApp and have like their own channel in a way and host their own community on the platform.
Have you thought as far as like how that integrates with the Spartan Challenge?
I spoke to them.
Okay.
So I spoke to them. Absolutely.
Okay.
That's what I'm saying. It's like a whole community. If you can scale, we're going to scale it in so many ways. This is just the first step
to what's
and I don't want to, you can't roll everything out in one shot, you know. So even signing up right now, you can sign up as an individual. Then you can sign up as an organization, a team, a company, you know. And you can, you know, so but at first we have to get there. But yes, I've thought about that. And we connected. So
that's a good idea.
He covering all things.
That's a good idea. Go ahead.
Kind of hard to ask.
No, go ahead.
That's a good idea when you think about it, because now even with those CrossFit or challenges, you know, like the Hyrex and all those challenges, only a certain amount of people get paid.
Exactly.
But with your app, it's like I can compete and get money.
Yeah.
It doesn't matter. I'm still gonna get some money.
You're still gonna get some money.
Get some money. So now it makes it more lucrative to even get into those things, because now it's like, yo,
participate.
Because now it's like, I want to get this money.
Yeah.
Even if I only make 500, that's still something.
That's still something. And I came into it with nothing, and I just
and people to what you said with the token, people betting on me. So supporters, friends, people watching because the streaming and whatnot. So just to watch it, rather than you looking at like maybe, okay, we're looking at place 1 through 5. This person gets paid this, da da da. As for everybody else, it's no longer just a matter of a pat on the back, a medal, or you go home with a little handheld trophy, or whatever the case is. It's like, no, like, not only are you already doing it for yourself, but you're still going to get that reward.
You're still going to get the reward.
So, could have used that like 2 weeks ago. The tug of war.
So, but even stuff like that, like, what is, so I guess the question now is, what kind of regulations or challenges aren't allowed to be a part of the app?
Anything that's not measurable.
Okay.
Right? So right now, we have everything based on, it's either a time-based event, it's time-based or rep-based.
Okay.
So you're going to create something and say who's going to do this, complete this amount in this amount of time, or who's going to do the most. So as long as you can measure it in that way, and one thing I actually forgot to mention is that everything is done live. It's done live. So that's also like a differentiator on this platform and other platforms.
Yeah.
So when you see that challenge, and that challenge starts at 2 p.m., you get the countdown. You know, you get the alert like your challenge about to start. You set your phone up on a tripod or somebody's holding it for you.
They gotta be ready for the stream.
Right. And so on the screen, you know, the viewer, you're seeing all the athletes basically ready. You're going to see 6 in a 6th grade at a time. You can swipe over and just keep seeing more. But it's all done live. So we all seeing you rep out right then and there, you know. And when it's over, you know, you created it, you got to go see like, you know, but you built the criteria based on what they're doing. And you have to follow that criteria to judge and determine who the winner is. And the judges get rated too. So if you feel like that was not fair,
that's good.
You're going to rate it.
I like I like that. All
the judges get rated, and the judges have to, let me just slow up. You can create a public or private event.
Okay.
All right. Now,
differences. Yes.
Differences.
Okay.
So when you're creating an event, you can say, I'm just going to create it for my group. And that's a private event. Anyone could create a private event.
Yeah.
Like Fight Club.
Anyone could create anyone. So you invite who you want. I'm inviting her, I'm inviting him. You send out the invites. They get the invites, they could choose to accept or decline. Now they come in and compete. But you're competing still in front of the whole community. Everyone can still watch. Anyone can still bet. If you want to create a public one, you got to take a quiz first to qualify as a judge. We can't have anyone just creating events.
Hold on.
Hold on.
I'm asking on you.
Go ahead.
Okay, all right. So let me ask you, what is the criteria for the judge? Because the way I see it, right, and I think it's fair to say for all of our opinions, I think we can agree to say that when it comes to judging, especially certain competitions,
I know where you're going.
I feel like there should be credentials of like, you have to be a certified person. You got to have a certain cert, not just be a certified, but have a cert. Because to understand, because if you think about it, that's almost like having the master cert.
Absolutely.
Because you're literally a trainer, right? Judging and grading other trainers. 'Cause there might be other trainers that are competing.
Absolutely.
So I think that's something that plays a huge difference in what we've seen or what could possibly happen to be like a sense of, okay, that was a half rep or that was a bad rep. That was a no
Or be
rep.
a high level competitor.
Yeah, yeah.
So I feel like it's that's something that's very
that's mandatory. And if we did not do that, it's leaving us open to a lot of issues, right?
being biased,
all of this stuff, you know, so we're not going to expose ourselves that way.
Okay.
You come on the platform, you have to
That's
take
right.
this quiz, and we carefully built out this quiz, like you being judged on fairness, you're being judged on fitness knowledge, you're being judged on, you know what I'm saying?
Okay, yes,
You're right.
yes.
Exercise prescription,
Yeah.
all of it.
And you have a team that goes through like the judging, or you yourself or whatever.
No, we go through it.
Okay.
Right. And then there's a back end too. So there are judges on the back end monitoring the judges on the platform too.
Okay, perfect.
Yeah. So
just to clear, yes.
you know,
all right.
we thought about
That was a
everything.
huge thing.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, so we did that. So you get 3 chances to take the quiz. If you fail all 3, you got to go study and come back. You know? You got to go study and come back.
So,
you know, because
do you have to take a quiz every challenge? Or
no, just once. Yeah.
Okay.
Just once.
Okay.
When we first started, remember I said we had to go through a few iterations. Initially, it was like you got to submit your personal trainer certification from a NASM or ACE or something. Submit
reputable,
that.
yes.
Right. And then I'm like, man, we need them to create events. This is going to take long onboarding. So we have to come up with a different system that's going to allow us to onboard these creators, judges, and then still be able to move forward. So I said, you know what, we're going to put the quiz here.
Okay.
And the quiz had to be, and it's multiple choice too. You know, some of it you got to watch a video and the video might be something like, okay, how many reps did you count? I'm showing you 3 videos.
Yeah.
How many reps did you count? And some of those are half reps. And if you count the half reps,
it's almost like the the checkbox of I'm not a robot.
It's like
Capture.
capture, exactly. You know, so it's a lot of that. And then if you pass, obviously, congratulations. Now you get a badge next to your profile.
That's that top notch shit.
Yeah, you get a badge. Like he's a judge. Like I took my. Now you can create a public event.
Yes.
And a public event means you're judging everyone that's not outside of your community and anyone that's getting in the event. You know, so we can't have them like, yo, this dude is not even qualified and he's judging and you're getting everything all screwed up. So now you can do public events.
Okay.
Remember I was telling you about the event that they had, and I was like, it's like the event that they had, me and him was having discussions about how they could really, if it's really structured in a certain way, that could be the next big thing as far as like Hyrex. But the structure, like how you structured it, that remember we was talking about, that's the type of structure that they need. Where it's like there's no favoritism. Competitors, if you're a competitor, you can't judge.
Right.
Because you're gonna show favoritism at some point in time.
Absolutely.
You understand what I'm saying? So let's eliminate that.
And you brought up another good point on the platform.
Okay, yes.
If you create the event, you can't participate in that event.
Okay.
Can you bet?
Because you're the judge.
Can you even bet?
You can't bet.
You can't bet.
You created something.
There we go.
There we go. You can't have that. Now the conflict is there.
Yeah.
You created it. You can't compete in it. You can't bet on it.
But if you compete, can you bet? On another competition?
Yeah, you could do that. Yeah, absolutely.
Okay.
This only is going to apply to,
Can you compete if you're not natural?
Wait,
So, I know you say,
Go to you out that matter. That's called an unfair advantage.
it depends on the competition.
right. So
You kind of have a point.
Yeah, it depends.
But he has that's a very good question.
Okay.
Right. So it's right now we don't have a way to be able to, minimize that. However, when you're signing the disclaimers and you're agreeing to the terms and conditions of the event, we hope that when you sign off and say
honesty is the policy.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
It's listed there. What? Now that's not to say
He can't compete.
He can't compete. Yeah.
That's not true.
We can't have that.
That's not true.
We can't have that.
Not true.
We can't have that.
Listen. It just
Yeah, but you'll be surprised, man, because I was doing I did it on Instagram because while we're still developing, I'm trying to keep the community engaged.
Yes.
So I did things on Instagram and I was doing these challenges. And you'll be surprised to see the person that you least expected to come and perform at the top. You thinking like, oh, this dude is crushing everybody. Somebody from Singapore comes out of nowhere and he's just killing it.
Yeah.
And you're like, where did he come from?
Yeah.
You get what I'm saying? And I would send like Western Unions to the winners, because I wanted do a whole simulation of the app, you know, like a proof of concept before.
Right,
exactly, yeah.
You know, and it was working out. Western Union shut me down, by the way, because I was just sending way too many payments. They're like, yo, what are you doing? You sending money every country? Like, what's going on here?
Yeah.
You know, but I enjoyed it because somebody, obviously, you know, the currency converts is, you know.
Correct.
Right, so somebody in another country, and they like, yo, this right here, just that, what I just did right there for 2 minutes, what I just earned, just earned, like I can live for like the next 2-3 weeks. That right there, it was just like, man,
that's powerful.
That's powerful. Dope. Like this is what this platform is going to offer somebody from that in that position. And I was like, this is beautiful. Like that person just woke up, did some push-ups, won, and now he's paying groceries, food. He's going out. He's doing one shot, and he can come back and do it as often as he or she wants. You know, so
and you got an NFT.
Yeah.
That's crazy.
Yeah, and you got that.
Yeah, that's crazy.
Yeah, and you raise your money up front.
Yeah.
Because, you know, you do a token sell.
Right.
You know, and then, you know, if you have outstanding, obviously people could still buy them, whatever. And then you get all that up front, you know. But once you issue those tokens, you're going to be required to stay on the platform because they got to get their money back too. They're expecting you to perform.
Yeah.
You can't just be like, oh, I'm going to get this and I'm out.
How does that work when it comes to if you got the token and then you're trying to take the equity out of the token?
Yeah.
How does it, like, you transferring that to?
We had to create backstops so that it prevents people from just doing the raise and just coming off. You can't go in and say, I just raised 100,000 and just selling my tokens and now I'm off. Right. You're not going to be able to leave with it. You know, there's limits. And then you perform. Okay, so you actually performed for like the next 2-3 months, and you've been on the platform. Some of the token holders are making some of their money back. Oh, this guy's an honest person. You know, you increase that limit for you to be able to make your withdrawals. You know, and so these are things that's where the compliance comes in, because you have to have these things in place. Otherwise, you're high risk, and now the bank and the payment processor is like, all right, man, this is too risky. We're not going to process it.
A lot of business back behind this.
Yeah.
A lot of business back behind this.
A lot of research.
Yeah, absolutely. You know, so it's taken some time, you know, like because Wally, you know, he was that when I was doing it on Instagram.
Shout out to Wally.
Yeah, shout out to Wally, man. And I like what he's doing and how he's grown since we first met, you know, and I love it. So salute to him, even Healthy and those guys. Yeah. I like everything that they have going on as a community. And I know that there is this thing where guys like Healthy, the new guys that's coming on the scene, there's people that's been here that's not embracing them, as you know, and it's unfortunate.
We talked about
it. Yeah, it's unfortunate, but I like the fact that I love his mindset. He's embracing it, but he's not like combating it with the same type of energy, and that's what makes him special in dealing with that. You know, he's combating it in such a healthy way. Right? No pun intended. No pun intended. You know what I'm saying? So, and it's cool because it's like, you can't be mad at that, you know, and you can't be mad at people coming in because you have to embrace that. They're actually pushing the culture and the community even further in different spaces that some people really were not able to impact and get to. And these guys are, and they're moving it forward, you know, so I like that. You know, I definitely like what Wally's definitely doing down there in the DMV, and he's really good with social media. I mean, he gets on there and he gets people.
He just did something crazy.
He just did. So, you know, so
his Instagram is nuts.
He just had them reacting to
Joey.
Joey Swole reacted. He walked in a gym basically, and he was basically saying, "Hey, I'm walking into a gym that's predominantly white, or whatever the case is," and they just staring at me and this, that, and the third, whatever. He starts doing muscle ups. He got like 90 pounds on
90 pounds shirtless.
So they just staring at him. He's like, "Yo, tag this guy and find out who this guy is." So the Joey Swole dude goes and comments and basically like, "Oh, you're calling us racist or whatever and judgmental, and you're saying it's predominantly white. Here's a photo of the owner. Here's a photo of this person," like finding like the exception to the rule type of thing.
Yeah.
Then he hits them back with the gotcha. It's a marketing scheme.
Yeah.
And he shows like how people ordered like shit legit or whatever.
Genius.
If you really think about it, that type of marketing, there's someone somewhere with a 500K salary that would not be able to achieve that. And he just achieved that. You understand what I'm saying? So it's just like, people pay for that. So, you know, kudos to him. However you achieved it, as long as no one is being harmed in the process.
Right.
You know, you're not, you know, compromising your morals or anything like that.
Right.
He was able to get it done. And so it's a science to it. You know,
really?
It's a science to it.
That's the algorithm.
There's an algorithm. Yeah.
That's the thing, man. That's the thing. That's interesting. So, okay, so ultimately, it sounds like you kind of already know the ultimate goal, but when it comes to the GainsApp, what's like the overall goal for the app itself?
The app itself, ultimately, we want to make sure that anything fitness related, this is the home for it, right? This is the home. Right now, we're just primarily focusing on competitive fitness. So it's the platform. If you think of fighters and you think UFC, you see Dana White, everything is,
exactly
within that, right? So anything fitness related, we want this to be here. And we also want it to be a tool for people to be able to earn, based off of fitness,
It's like passive income.
It is passive income. It's passive income. So we want you to be able to earn and then also grow communities on here as well, because the earning potential is there, and there isn't where somebody has a competitive advantage over you in terms of your earning potential. How you structure it and how you do it is going to allow you to be able to benefit. But ultimately, I want it to be all that stuff. When you see fitness on YouTube, you see it on Instagram, ultimately all that stuff should be funneled into this one platform. Baked into right in this platform.
Sounds like somebody gonna come scoop that app up from you.
They've tried. They've tried.
Is there $1?
They've tried.
Is there $1 that you giving?
They have. No. And so we can have that conversation in terms of like equity, right? So, and you can slow me down at any point if I just keep going, right? So when you think about a startup, startups are special because it's the quickest way. I don't want to say the quickest way, but in terms of investing, when you get and you have money in a startup, they do funding rounds, right? So funding round starts from seed, then you have a Series A, Series B, Series C, and then the company will go public, right? So if you came and let's say you put X amount of dollars in the seed round, right? That company then gets a valuation. So I'll give you an example. If let's say someone came and said, hey, listen, we are going to put in $1 million in a Series A. We want to put in $1 million in GainsApp, which has happened. We didn't do it, but I'm just saying the offers.
Right.
Yeah. So if they say, well, how much do you want post money? Post money would be, what would the evaluation be after this $1 million? If I say 10 million, that means that $1 million represents 10%. You understand what I'm saying?
Like Shark Tank.
Yeah. It represents 10%.
Yeah.
So what happens is when people usually come in and they strategically would put money in knowing that you're going to get this valuation and they could cash out on the next valuation. Right? And a lot of people are boxed out of that. You have to be like an accredited investor, right? Meaning you have to have X amount of, to even have access to that. And in this community is most... Right.
Very small percentage.
Exactly. Yeah. I want to be able to welcome.
You want to be that's the
you understand?
You're looking for. Yes.
Exactly. To welcome them because it's almost better than even putting money in a stock or whatever or anything like that. Because you go in right once we do that valuation, bang, you have that valuation. Now you actually have this.
It's tangible. You're not waiting on it.
You're not waiting on it. You have it. You have it. So not to stop. Where did I go? I'm losing my train of thought. We're talking about equity.
Correct.
We're talking about equity. All right. So I went to South by Southwest. And when I was there, we were getting offers. I went to CES. When we were there, we were getting offers. And I was telling them it's too early for me to entertain that offer because what happens is you have a cap table. So if I'm 100% on this cap table, and let's say now they came in and they put that in and I have 10%, now I have 90% equity. And I just did that on the seed round. So I go to Series A and I raise more money on the Series A, and now I'm down to this.
Yes, sir.
You understand what I'm saying? Yeah. So you have to strategically know when you do want to raise relative to how you want your cap table to look like. So if you do that a little too early, so I bootstrapped everything and I had to just put my own, stuff like that.
They probably thought you ain't know no better.
Yeah.
It's like, we going to get them on the first round.
Yeah, we're getting on the first. Yeah, we're getting on the first round. Nah, they was trying to come right. Even right now, like they just doubling back because I went dormant on social media and now they're saying like, oh, he's active again. So emails are coming in like, oh, you're active again. Hey, you went.
About that. But
especially at CES though. Like,
CES is incredible. Like literally, meetings were taking place like once you off the stage and then because it goes on for like 2-3 days. So right. For 3 days. And so at the end of it, we're going to leave here. Hey, we have this whole section over here rented out at this house, come over. It's almost like watching, you ever watch a movie show Silicon Valley on HBO?
Yeah.
It's literally like that. You're having like meetings in the back of the bar. Like watch, like Uber has a what's the Uber show? Uber has a Travis, the creative founder of Uber. He has a series, and it was literally like that's how it was going down over there. Like meetings taking place in the back. Oh, we offering you this, that, whatever. But anyway, yeah. To answer your question is, the offers are being presented, but I also have to be smart. I would like to take in the capital so that I don't have to put so much stress on myself and bootstrapping, because now it's like I have to like decide like, you know, I it's a major sacrifice. It's a major sacrifice. It's like I don't even really care for the instant gratification now. Mm-hmm. I'm just going to put everything into the business. And
I was about to say, it's definitely just based on everything that you've kind of detailed. It's too early in the business. Like, okay, you've created it. It's been curated, but it's not active.
It's not active.
So, you know, and these people are already trying to grab, they see what's going on.
They see what's going on. And some of those are already people who have like, you know, they're part of other rounds, so they see what's out there. Exactly. And they see what's out there.
They're comparing them.
They're comparing it like, oh, no, this is a thing. I'm like, So for me, I want to see if there's a way that I can give this community dibs first. You understand what I'm saying? And give them an opportunity to, and to come on, and because otherwise you'll be blocked out. When you hear stories,
quite literally,
once
they get their hands on it, they're like, we're gonna change these little things, and these people don't have access.
You're blocked out. When you hear stories like Jay-Z and Nas invested in this, you know, Nas has a relationship with A16Z, which is a major firm, right? So he's with Ben Horowitz. He's cool with him. Steve Stout and them, they're cool. Yeah. So that's the guy that's like, yo, listen, we would like your money here. You know, so he's getting that access only because, you know, one, they say he's liquid, he has it, but otherwise you won't have that opportunity to be able to get into those meetings to take the opportunity to place an investment and anything like that, you know. So you want that opportunity to be able to,
like Jay-Z with Tidal.
Jay-Z with Tidal. Jay-Z with
trying to double back.
They're trying to double back. Jay-Z with Tidal, Nets, all of it. And you know, most of them are in private banking as well. So if you're in private bank, you're gonna, you know, the banker is gonna let you know the opportunities. And then you also, if you have investments, you know, your broker's also gonna let you know. But if you're in private bank, they're gonna tell you those opportunities, because money just doesn't sit. You don't want your money just to sit in the bank. It's not doing it, you know?
Right.
That's why, you know, Bitcoin is a great thing. It's really a great thing in real estate.
You need things to move.
It has to move. Like, you know, so even with this, I will never, as we roll out and this money that's coming in from GainsApp when we're active, it won't just sit there. You know, we're going to have some in treasuries. We're going to have some in commercial paper. We'll have some in Bitcoin. It won't just sit in a bank account. Just chilling there. Like, it's just not going to make any sense.
Make nothing. You don't make
and in longevity, it sounds like the investment, and not to sound selfish, but the investment will be in you in a sense when I say that.
Correct.
Yeah, exactly. You're
absolutely right.
So in a sense where I say that, like, no matter what number they throw at you or what breakdown they try to give you, the community has now invested into you and have appreciated the fact that you've opened that door. You understand what I'm saying? For people to even get a step closer, because now behind that one idea will be several other ideas that people begin to do, or even other athletes, that nature that come, that like have their breakout moment through something that the GainsApp kind of caused.
Absolutely.
So shout out to that. I definitely see the vision.
Thank you.
Yeah, bro.
Yeah, thank you. We're pushing it forward. And you mentioned professional athletes. We're going to get you on here as well.
I was just about to ask.
The professional athlete.
Like how far do you allow the community to go? Do you let it bleed into professional?
Yeah. So this is the kind of thing that, because it's like first to market, I have the opportunity to shape it, right? How fast we move, how slow we move, and we could kind of shape the parameters around it.
Yeah.
But now we're gonna go there as well. You know, we're going everywhere. We're gonna go there as well.
Think about
even not to cut you off. Even Guinness. You know, there's a thing there. As well.
Kalechi just did the golf Guinness.
Yeah.
So even stuff like that.
So now you can have, you know, they will be able to do that there as well.
You might be in talks with, like, you see how like Ice Cube got the big three.
The big three, and
think about shit like, because they have each other.
Yeah.
So think about it. Now they have a way, and for other people that's watching on the stream,
or like who was it that they was betting $100,000 to play ball against each other?
Beasley and Stevenson.
Yeah.
Lance Stevenson versus Michael Beasley.
Yeah, like if you to put that on, so you bet against that.
GainsApp too.
It's funny you said we was just So I live in Jersey. I live in Edgewater, but there's a park in Weehawken that I go and I run and I train, right? So I'm training one day and I come out. We just finished working out. We finished doing our run. And I come out and I see these SUVs. They pull up, cameras coming out, boom, 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 whatever. And I look over there and I see Speed. Streamer.
Look at that, yeah.
So he's over there and he's there to compete with somebody, 50,000 on the table, and they did it just run.
Was it Ashton?
It was
Ashton Hall. Okay,
no, it was after, right after.
It was after Ashton.
It was after
Okay, I was about to say, that's interesting.
Yeah, so it's there.
The white guy.
Yeah.
The white guy, he ran against him.
Yeah, he got him.
Okay.
So I'm sitting right there and I'm like, you see, this is game.
This is So that was a perfect opportunity.
It's amazing how that happened too, right?
Yeah.
Like the universe is like, yo, look at
It's
this.
like, look at this.
Yeah. So stuff like that is just like, now you have a platform, you can always do this at any time.
And you know what? I'll say this much too. Like the way everything is shaping when it comes to like AI technology and all this stuff, like the next biggest thing for these platforms, social media, is going to be pretty much, I'm gonna say like 80%. Don't hold me to that percentage, but like 80% streaming.
Yeah.
So you're gonna get to a point where it's like everything that we're seeing will be live. It's no longer going to be pre-recorded and then it gets posted or scheduled at a certain time.
Yeah.
Everything that you're seeing is going to be live. So you have everything from like what you see now with people like Speed.
Yeah.
He streams rather than just posting it. And
he streams.
He streams what he's doing live. So like, and there's so many people that tune in like at that moment to just watch him race for 30 seconds.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
People want it right now. They want it right now.
It's instant.
They want it right now. It's instant. They want it now. And, you know, it's good that we kind of like up to page with these things, you know, and I have an opportunity to have, so I have 8 engineers. We have back end, we have front end, we have designers and someone that basically does like quality assurance and make sure everything on the platform is smooth.
Okay.
I say that to say, if I've seen something and I'm like, we need to add that feature on the platform. I have the ability to be like, let's go code that real quick. Let's test it real quick. Let's roll that out. You know, it's that kind of thing, that flexibility that I have here. So, and we're also going to listen to our users. If they're on the platform, we're like, we don't like that. Oh, we like that.
Yeah, please.
If it makes sense,
don't. Yeah, because I notice like, and that's where I feel like, not to cut you off, I feel like that's where corporate is losing.
Yeah,
they don't listen to their people.
They don't listen. Yeah,
but you know, when something that you said in a book that I read, is like, just off of surveys, corporations either make or lose billions just from people input. So like you said, those people input matter so much because, like you said, they could be like, "Oh, we don't like this."
Right.
20 out of 25 people don't like this, so you know you eliminate it.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? And like you said too, that's where corporate lose out at because they're not listening to the boots on the ground.
Exactly.
You know,
you have
to listen.
Those are the people that's making your business.
Yeah.
You know,
and obviously there's certain things. If you know what your mission is, you stay in line with your mission, you know, not veer off, but you have to listen to those things. And we put feedback, like we put a feedback module there as well, because we want someone to drop a feedback on a judge, on a competitor, anything like that. We want to get that in real time.
Do judges also get like a investment token?
Yeah, they do. Okay. So now, because you create,
think about that. Hold
only
on.
judges and the competitors. So they do.
People choose now, and does it get to a point where people kind of be like, I want this person to judge my competition?
Not yet.
Okay.
Not yet. Not yet. But
I see what's going on.
Not yet. Yeah. So you're gonna be, and your tokens will allow you to do that because if you hold the token, you can do things like that. You know. So now you have that flexibility. You mentioned AI. We also building the. It's already existing, but we're building it and making it custom for this platform. So. And I'll say it anyway. So right now, as a judge, you have to review. You have to play back each competition. Okay. And you have to review, like, all right, count 1, 2, 3. All right, he got him clean. Okay, boom, and you check it. If it's a situation where you're checking for counting reps, you have like, you can press the number of the amount of reps that you did, and then you count the reps. You check that off. So you're manually checking it to make sure that it's on point. I am building. And it's done already. An AI that obviously when that camera is on you, it's going to be able to. Okay,
that was a question. The lockout.
So now the beauty about it is I'm training the module to know that that's a lockout. If it goes here, don't count it.
Exactly.
You know what I'm saying? Don't count it. If you're doing a pull-up, like same thing. You know what I'm saying? If you're not coming back down here and go, don't count it.
So now,
we can train it to do just that.
I got
and it's gonna count. And it's gonna count the rep too.
So now, let's say on the flip side, let's say I'm concerned as a judge.
Yeah.
I'm concerned about my investment.
You're the judge.
Yeah. Let's say I'm a judge.
Yeah.
People invest on me. I'm great at what I do. I'm judging, right? But
they have your tokens.
But now but now you have this AI shit going on, right?
Yeah.
AI gets so good.
Yeah.
Do you cancel my role as a judge because AI does
it's
it?
even better. So check this out. Ask yourself how many events can you judge manually in an hour? Now put AI there. How many? It's gonna do it all in like 5 seconds.
Yes.
That's 15% on all of them.
That's insane.
You still got to judge the competition.
And you got to judge
live.
Huh?
You still got to judge the
You
competition
watching
live.
it, but what I'm saying is that the AI is doing it now.
review.
It's doing it for you now. It's doing it for you now. So it's cutting your time from what you probably can do in an hour. It's cutting it down to a matter of seconds. So now you can get to kick out more events.
More events.
And get earn more. You understand what I'm saying?
So
and
then
be
what are
able
you
to.
judging?
You created it. You still have to monitor. It's on you.
You're just the creator. You're not really a judge.
Yeah, at that point, but you're still the creator, so you're the judge.
Yeah, okay.
AI is gonna help you.
A role, but with
It gives
support.
you a role. AI is gonna help you. So
AI gonna take your job.
yeah, you want AI.
that's coming.
But AI is not getting paid in this case. You are.
Yeah, that's true.
You are in this case.
Until it becomes
Nah, it's gonna. You got to embrace it.
But you know what?
Let it work to your benefit.
Not to go back to the streaming aspect, but what happens is this is going to be the new TV.
Yeah.
We're streaming.
Yeah.
I mean, it's already started.
It is.
It's already started.
It already
But
did.
we ain't see it quite yet. When I say that in a sense where, okay, you see how we watched TV before and then cable came around, right?
Yeah.
Cable came around, but it was still like select and limited.
Yeah.
Then they expanded on cable, right? So that's kind of where we are now, not quite on an expansion level, but we watch stuff, right? You can stream, but it's not at a high. Right? You may have something of what he's talking about where it's like people stream during that time frame. But now there's always going to be something because now, remember, you have access to different time zones as opposed to before. You can only watch what's going on in your
Right.
your
Like
area.
football season.
Yeah.
You get what I'm saying? Exactly, so now you can watch something like Singapore or
Yeah.
whatever, plus something here, and that's going on fitness here. So let's say you got calisthenics stuff going on here. You got this, that's now like your sports channel.
Absolutely.
You
And it's gonna be just that. We're building just that. So even the event, something like that, what we just saw, you can just basically, there's a section there, you can just go to GainsApp TV and you can just watch that live. You understand what I'm saying?
You got several fucking competitions going on.
Several competitions, you can just watch all of those and not, you know what I'm saying? Because, oh, by the way, we're going to roll out tournaments in the second version.
Oh, that's fire.
Yeah. Second version, we're going to have the tournaments.
So that got to be a bigger scale.
Yeah.
Hold on,
the pots are even bigger.
I was about to say, because now you got people that won competitions over here. They come together.
Yeah, that's a bigger.
Now you got a bracket.
Yeah, now you got brackets. Yeah.
How's the setup going to be? Because now you got to have like, that got to be a how you say? It's like when you go to the Super Bowl, they host it at a certain city. And it's a big,
or like the draft.
You got, you got combines, different stuff, like.
I mean, we're gonna do live events as well, but like, in person.
Yeah.
Because you want to bring the athletes together and whoever's performing on the platform, who do awards and everything like that. So,
and then you have like where you can go 1-on-1, but the team sports as well.
Yeah.
So, and there's so many ways to do it.
Yeah, there's an infinite possibility.
So you can scale. It's very scalable. So
like when you want to roll something out new, how long does it take for you to between curating what it is that you discovered that you wanted to add to where you make it a part of the platform?
When you say something new, are you referring to like a feature?
Yeah.
We can build features depending on what it is in like a matter of days, to be honest with you. Like the team is really good. So the way it's
team in place.
Yeah, it's really good. So the way it starts with the design, right? So let's just say that new feature is going to change how a user interface is going to look on the app. Like if it requires a new button, does it require a new box? So we have to design that first, and then you do wireframes. And then you send it to the back end team who build what's called the business logic, which is basically, when I hit this button, what does it do? It leads me here. When I do this, it leads me. So they got to build that. They build the back end, and then they kick it to the front end. The front end is who makes it work when you go on the app. It's
like the speed dial access.
Yeah.
Front end people make it look pretty.
Yeah. They make it, and then, exactly. So
engineers on call right now.
Yeah. But listen, it was a process, and again, that's also why this thing has taken me so long, because it's not cheap. Technology has gotten cheaper.
Yeah.
It's not like what it used to be. Like now you can just, you could have ChatGPT do the coding for you and then you just implement, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So
and it's free.
Yeah, and it's free. Yeah. But when I had gotten into it initially, I had to go hire a US based company. And at that time they quoted me, literally it was like $342,000 just to build the platform. I was in about 100 plus on just that. Ran out of money. So now I got to double back and build my funds back up, right? So I get with another company now, we have big tokens, NFTs are going crazy.
Right.
I go and I build the whole blockchain infrastructure. That company was in Ukraine. It was outside of the US. It was in Ukraine. Those engineers are really, really smart, sharp. I'm actually still working with them now.
Nice.
Sharp. The war broke out. I was in another 100 over there.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? War broke out and that impacted everything, so like they went into Belarus and all this other stuff. And so now I can't even send them money because they got taken off of the MTN, you can't wire, you can't do anything
with them. Yeah.
They can, you can't, so now they can't even receive payments. So that whole thing shut down. So now I'm like, damn, back down another month, 6 months now. I'm trying to figure things back out again.
Yeah.
Also build capital. I was in another 100 in that one right there. So then I came across another US-based company that's like, hey, you know what? We can take everything that you've been doing and we can package it as a PWA, which is Progressive Web Application. It's basically a mobile app that functions. It's like a website, but it functions like a mobile app. So I'm like, man, I really don't want to do this.
It's like click the desktop version of this.
Yeah, I'm like, I really don't want to do it. But they're like, nah, it's going to work. It's going to work the same way. I'm like, damn. And at this point, I don't want to sound desperate. I just want to get the app out. So I'm like, all right, let's do it. Paid them $46,000 just to do that. We got it done. And I'm just like, nah, man, this ain't it. I'm like, this ain't it. Right? So I'm like, this ain't it. I'm like, this ain't it. Yeah. She's been riding me the whole time. She knows she's been there.
To pay $46,000 to be like,
this ain't it.
This ain't it. This is it's not it. And it's money that we really have to, all right, we're not gonna pay this. We're gonna keep it.
We're gonna do this instead.
Double down. Yeah.
And I'm still not happy.
It's still not happy.
Yo.
This ain't it. So I'm like, all right, cool. What I noticed was the US companies, they go and hire people from India, Singapore, and all these other countries.
Yes.
And so what they will probably be charging me like $250 an hour.
Completely different.
Completely different.
yeah,
You hitting me for $250 an hour, but that engineer is really just charging you $20.
$20.
right.
And you just marking it all the way up. So I said, you know what? Let me assemble the team and then get them at the rate, you know what I'm saying? That they
for their rate.
For their rate.
Yeah.
So I did that. So I doubled back to the group from Ukraine, Belarus, and war broke out. And I got a project manager from that team that was nice. Her name is Yana. She's nice, sharp, they're very smart, tech forward. And I said, listen, put together a team. This is the budget, right? And when she came back, I'm listening to it. I'm like, damn, I can't believe I spent all of this.
A quarter of
all of this. And but then it was like, let's just put everything together back from scratch, make it perfect. You know what I'm saying? So we started to, we're going to keep this, we're going to take that out. We're going to keep this, we're going to take that and put it back together. And this is where I am now. You know what I'm saying? So that's like the journey. So when sometimes people hear me like, hey, what's going on with that? And I appreciate the love, but sometimes on the back end, I'm like, it's wicked, right? You don't even know what's going on. You don't even know.
You gotta keep us cool.
Yeah, like, you don't even know. It's how So, but that's how.
That's crazy.
Yeah.
So you know what? It's even more funnier. So let me ask you this.
Yeah.
When is it rolling out?
Yeah. Now we good now. Yeah, we good now. Now it's rolling out. So now we're really at the right. That's a good question. We're really now at the end of August, early September, and the reason why that is, Apple has it now, and Google they have to test it.
Yes.
They have
Make
to
sure
test it.
Yes.
They used to do it in 15 days, right? Now they do it in 30. And that's not guaranteed. So they have to test it. And plus we got all these wages. And they got to look at everything.
Right.
So if they find any bugs, obviously they send you, they let you know like, hey, you'll get that right. And then submit it back to us. And it restarts the time.
And it starts another 30
days.
Yeah, 30 days.
So, everything goes smooth with that. We're good. but they have it now. Yeah.
So that means you done did the whole testing. So basically, you're not even worried. You just wait for approval.
Yeah. I'm waiting for approval.
You wait for approval.
Yeah, that's it.
Because once you submit it, it's like a test. You're not gonna be like, oh, we have this to worry about.
Exactly.
Worry about. It's just waiting for that approval.
Waiting for that approval. So they don't see anything, we're cool. If they see something, it's probably gonna be minor. You know, and I shouldn't even say this. I'll tell you later. But
how proficient you are, I don't think there's nothing. It's just a matter of just rolling out now.
Let me tell you something. Based on like you just telling us the story and a breakdown from the jump, man, I'm pretty sure you done did everything.
It's gotta be.
That you
absolutely.
Like,
it's gotta be.
And if not you, shout out to the team that you have. Like, you guys thinking for
absolutely.
For sure.
Yeah, and shout out to her because she's really been a trooper in the process. You know, everything I'm dealing with. And she's like, it's never a time when there's any doubt.
Yeah.
There's nothing like that exists. It's like, we're getting through this. And plus also like, if you're a proficient and competent person, you know, it's not
which definitely matters.
Which matters, you know, you're really not going to find it difficult to have people stay in your corner and support things that you have going on.
Yeah. You know, what you just said, which is interesting because I read something on Instagram the other day. It says, if you have an idea, plan it into a woman that loves you and watch that idea come to fruition. Because basically what they're saying is that woman going to support you no matter what. There's never going to be a time she's going to be like, I don't think you can do it. I don't think you can do it. She's like, you can do it. You can do it. Even if it's driving her nuts. She's going to rub your head. Baby, it's going to be okay. It's going to be all right. And you're like, yeah, it's going to be all right. I'm like, damn, I got to get this shit done. You know what I'm saying? So what you just said, it's understandable. You know what I'm saying? And it goes back to what I was saying. Women are something else.
Yeah, absolutely.
You find the right one. It's just like, yo, I'm Superman. I can fly.
Yeah, absolutely.
I can fly. You're like, yeah, you can, baby.
You're right. And also, like, if your family is in order and is balanced, everything else is that much easier to achieve.
Right.
If it's out of order, it's just like, nah. You know, so it's just like, that's always like a good indicator. Like, if your family's in order and is balanced, everything outside of that is going to be smooth.
Principles.
Yeah.
So let me ask you, have you given yourself the time to just like give yourself like the pat on the back or the congratulations or
not yet, but
I know. But I'm just saying, based on what I'm hearing, in all of these moments, like
family let me know. Let me know, and people around me let me know.
Because I know for you probably just going through the process.
Yeah, I'm just going through. I'm in the process. So even now, like I'm doing this thing, Gym Wars. I don't know if you've seen that on.
Absolutely, yeah.
You know, it's like I'm just filling in time to basically promote.
He's like, I'm waiting for this.
So then I might as well do something, and it turned out to be something great for. It's gonna be something really good, but I'm seeing how these gyms are embracing it. You know, but it's also like a good marketing tool for the platform.
Every gym about to be calling.
No, they on board. It wasn't even a sell. Like, hey, this is what we're doing, this and that, boom. And so at first they thought I was a gym. I'm like, no, I'm not a gym. I got an app, which is a competitive fitness platform.
If you would say you're a gym, that's different.
It's different. Like, yeah. So I love that those communities are coming together as well, because otherwise the people in this gym are not even interacting with the people in this gym. So now it's just coming together, and that could turn into its own thing. But ultimately, it's also like doing something macro versus micro. Instead of me going into each gym individually and saying, hey, check out GainsApp. Hey, check out GainsApp.
Yep.
I could approach it from the top now, and it goes top down.
You need to tell these gyms cut the check.
Yeah. That's another thing too.
Bringing them more members.
That's a fact. Yeah. That's a whole nother. We You know, we get yeah, absolutely. You know, and I'm going in there, I'm shooting these videos for them. It's like all promo. There's a lot of benefit to them as well. But anytime you're rolling out something new and fresh, it's almost like giving samples. You let people be able to, you know, like, this is how it's going to flow, and this go around, you know, we just testing the market, and it's cool. And moving forward, you know, the things are going to, you know, move a little different.
Not a step in the spot.
We're gonna move a little different, but you know, right now it's okay to do things this way, and for us, we're not really gaining anything other than brand awareness, and that's cool,
and that's fine because you see the longevity of it. You see what's gonna happen.
Yeah, that's cool.
It's just a matter of seeing everybody else to make sure they see.
Absolutely. Always a long game.
Okay, so let me take this moment. It's a moment we like to call a speak up.
Okay.
Basically, I'll say it in a reference to, like, I guess, entrepreneurship, business, even fitness. What's a message that you would give to the audience in reference to everything that you just kind of like unraveled today?
Relative to business in general?
It could anything. You go for it. Business, fitness. entrepreneurship and as a whole, like just yeah,
There's an overall positive.
Technically, it was a lot. You know?
It was a lot, but I'll start with just like business and entrepreneurship itself. Obviously, you have to know yourself to know if it's something that's for you. I know that on social media, a lot of things are glamorized, and it's made to appear that it's something that's extremely glamorous. It is rewarding, but ultimately that depends on the individual. You know, so you have to like walk into something that you actually doesn't feel like work for you and it's passion, and not look at the money. So I've spent all this money that I haven't looked at it. I'm not going to look at it. I'm doing something that I enjoy, and I'm doing something that I know that is going to be able to benefit other people as well. So the message that I would say is that if you want to receive, you have to also serve. Like you have to give. You know, and business in general is about solving problems. So have a solution. You know, so it's the game is solving problems. You know, if you see something and you can come up with an idea to make it easier for someone on the other end, ultimately that's business. So that will be my message. My message will just basically be, if you want to receive something, you have to give. You have to give first.
Okay.
Serve, yeah.
All right.
Yeah.
Do you see yourself competing? Can you even compete?
Yeah, I've done that.
You can compete in it?
Yeah,
Okay.
yeah, I've done that.
He just called you out.
Yeah, I know. Yeah. I've done that. You know, for me to come back out there and do something like that would be obviously something on GainsApp, you know, on a platform that, you know, and then we'll do something like that. Yeah, sure, I'll do something, but not now. You know?
Yeah, no.
Right now, you know, I also do want respect for the platform and make sure that, you know, I'm coming in, you know, and with the platform, I'm not coming in competing with anyone. I want you guys to enjoy the space and know that, you know, I want to big you guys up, you know.
When you win, then you get to go.
So like, so you could do like 100-meter race and stuff like that on the app.
Yeah.
Measurable.
I'm calling you out.
Yeah.
It's live.
Oh shit.
100-meter race.
Yeah.
Anytime you're ready.
And then again, that feature is built out, but it's paused initially. So we're not rolling that feature out first, but yeah, you can do that.
Oh, so you got time to practice.
You got time to practice, yeah.
Get those knees right.
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay. Okay.
Oh my gosh.
That's the call outs are coming in.
Exactly.
Yeah, the call outs are coming. Yeah. I love it.
Yeah.
That's
he would challenge me to a 100-meter race.
100-meter.
But what he started with was lifting weights.
Hey, we could do both. We do that 135, as many reps as possible. 135 though, as many reps as possible.
But you said I'm not natural, so I can't compete.
See?
Or unless you signed the disclaimer.
I'm gonna agree with it. I don't care.
Say less.
GainsApp.
How many people you think gonna bet on him if he do that?
Not a lot.
It's all right. I'm gonna cash that check though.
Yeah.
It's all right.
It's gonna clear for you.
All right. So, okay. Yo. So let me ask. Hey, y'all got any last questions before we wrap it up and conclude?
No last questions. But I like what it says on the shirt. I just realized it. Gains bank on fitness.
Yeah.
Bank on fitness.
Yeah. Yes.
You see it?
Yes.
Okay, now it
makes sense. Bank on fitness. Literally.
Quite literally.
Literally. You know, literally.
I mean, hey, like I'll wrap it up and say this much: that was some top notch shit.
Yeah, it was.
Thank you.
I ain't gonna lie, you got some shit on your head.
Thank you. That's why I
You
could
got
say
some
yes.
tough for anybody else to come up.
Yo,
with.
following this is gonna be hard. I'm gonna lie, but look, just for you guys out there to understand, when you coming on this platform, man, at Top Notch, this type of shit we talking about.
That's right.
All right.
That's right.
Yeah.
This man had a whole plan, seen it through.
Absolutely.
You know, and now he got something for all you guys.
Absolutely.
Which is actually going to be great. So I hope you guys are tuned in. As he said, late August, early September.
Yep.
So look for it on Apple, on what is it?
Apple and Google.
Yeah.
Once I get that green light, then I'll be able to put the date out there.
Yeah.
All right.
You know,
So
yeah.
Go ahead, shout out the socials for.
Yeah, so Instagram is GainsApp Inc. Our website is mygainsApp.com. If you want to learn about the app, it's on there. And also, if you're in Jersey and you want to come out August 16th and support the Gym Wars event, it's happening in Edgewater at Veterans Field, 10 to 2 on August 16th. So that's part of the promo, and we're going to keep doing things like that. Yeah. And
all right.
I appreciate you guys for...
I appreciate you coming on.
Yeah.
You came on and you done said. Let me tell you, people could take from this. Fitness is one. What's crazy is like fitness was like the last thing we really discussed.
Yeah,
it's
for real.
fitness,
In
but
fitness, yeah.
so much business behind it.
Yeah.
Let me tell you, you guys are gonna get so many gems from this.
And a lot of golden nuggets.
A lot of golden nuggets. Hopefully they enjoy
content right here.
Absolutely.
Sure. So once again, thank you for coming on.
My pleasure. Thank you for having
appreciate you here at Top Notch.
Absolutely.
It's been another episode, y'all. Speaks and Sip, Top Notch.
We out.
We out.